Skate Rats? So today, I got a box. Now, I usually pick up my decks in person, so I usually don't get boxes. But in this case, I did get a box because it's what today's video is going to actually be about, which weirdly is not skating, but skating adjacent. So we're going to go through the box really quickly because it's not like a ton of stuff. It's decks. And then we're going to get into what today's video is actually going to be, which on one hand, I'm really excited, and on the other hand, I'm expecting a lot of frustration. But first, we're going to take this and we're going to put that to the side because that's what today's video is about. So, first graphic I got just goes with the pirate themed. I'm not 100% sure why the brand I ride for is K-Wizard, and one of the biggest themes on it is pirate themed. I don't know if the owner just likes pirates, but first board we got pirate themed. Wow. Now these next two graphics I requested. So my teammate Matthias in Brooklyn, New York has been designing some graphics. So this is the blood graphic, which is the board I'm going to be setting up actually tonight for a skate trip tomorrow. So we're going to set that one to the side. And the last one, just another super sick cool deck. This one is called the Witch Doctor deck. So 3 decks. The one thing I'll say, I'm always interested in a bit of a challenge, but I'm always nervous on certain things, is the owner didn't want me to go without decks. And he knew I requested 2 graphics, and I requested them specifically because for the past 6 months, I have been riding a 9-inch board. So he didn't, he wanted to get me the graphics that I specifically wanted, and he didn't want me to go without decks. So the only available sizes were 8 3/4. So I hope that that's close, but we can do a quick comparison on the floor before getting into today's video. So they're actually pretty close. Like, this is pretty much flush, and yeah, I'd say that's about 1/4 inch. You kind of like watch my eyes in the first talking clip. When I read 8 3/4, you could see the gears in my head going. Let me explain. When I was handed the boards by the owner, he said 8.34, which is obviously dramatically different than 8 3/4. So I just assumed they were 8.34. I've looked at them obviously, but there's these little tags on them. Now, to tell you the truth, like, what skater says 8 3/4? I know you guys probably just seen the reflection, but when I read that, I got a little bit more excited because what I was nervous about is the 9-inch board has a 34-inch length to it, where the like 8.5 boards and under and stuff like that, they have a 32-inch length, and that does change timing quite a bit. So I had to relearn like how to ollie into ledges and stuff like that because having the board being a little bit longer. And I was nervous that that was going to mess with me having that smaller board. But now just comparing them and now knowing they're 8.75, I'm definitely a little bit more excited, a little bit more stoked to get on them. They should just feel pretty close to the 9-inch, just flip a little bit faster, which is good for me, I think. Anyway, let's get into the actual purpose of today's video. So, the company I ride for has started selling fingerboards. So the wood shop they use sells fingerboards, and they had one of their graphics laser etched on it. So I got one to test out, to play around with, and to advertise for. Now, as of this video going up, and I believe the sale is running for at least a month, like for a while. For every board you buy, for every deck, you get 50% off on these. And I believe these are $90. Now we're going to open it up and we're going to see. But I did like a brief read on what it all comes with. And it comes with 2 tools. One tool is supposed to be magnetic, which I have very large hands. Putting screws in fingerboards is a nightmare for me. So that would be lovely. It comes with bearings, metal trucks, urethane wheels. So it seems to be a pretty decent setup. But we're going to play with it, we're going to test it, and of course, I'm going to be honest. At the same time, I am not a super talented fingerboarder, so this is going to be a struggle. There's a reason why I was a sponsored handboarder and really only dabbled with fingerboarding. But let's set this up and let's get into actually playing with it. 2 sheets of grip tape, one is cut. Now, on camera looking at it, you can't really tell. There's a difference in color.
So I don't know if they're different foam or what, but to make my life easier, I'm probably going to be using the pre-cut one. Now this is 5-ply Canadian maple, which is awesome. You have solid aluminum trucks, like I said, urethane and bearing wheels. You get multiple tools. You get one that, it's not like it's recognizable as a brand. You get one that looks just like a Tech Deck version 1. You get a actual legitimate screwdriver that could fit in my hand and the screws, plus the case. So this is really dope.
One complaint I have is that the holes were drilled and then it was clear coated. I kind of get it, but at the same time, the holes weren't cleaned out. Now, it's not the big deal. It's not the end of the world. The Tech Deck style tool, all I had to do is twist it in there a little bit, and that got the holes cleared out. The next thing I'll say is, it didn't feel like any of the tools were magnetic, but I will say actually having like a jeweler's screwdriver allowed me to set this up. So as I said, I have big hands, and I've had a couple of wooden fingerboards before, but I always have to have my wife set them up because I just physically can't hold everything. It's very, very frustrating for me. So we are going to get a session. I think I have a couple of fingerboard obstacles left. I gave a lot away, but I think I have a couple of them. So we're going to get a session and have fun.
What is up, skate rats? So it's the next day. I am about to pick up my friend Jacob because we are starting this road trip. My phone died, but I hope I got enough fingerboard content to make a full edit. I think I'm around like 45 seconds, and to be honest, it feels really good. Like, I've only owned a couple of like professional quality fingerboards, and besides my minor complaints of setting them up, it feels awesome. The trucks feel awesome. The bearings feel great, which is hard to do because they're such, micro bearings. But it is a fantastic board. It's definitely something I can't wait to dork around on more. And I mean, that kickflip 5.0, that was perfect. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Have a great day and keep pushing forward.